In this video, we should be confronting Big Mama. And believe it or not, we're actually more than halfway done with this act already. Oh, Snake. You're so sneaky. He's probably just like sitting in a corner somewhere. And somehow this guy's just dumb enough that he... Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Big Mama.
The bald guy looks like Steve Austin.
Is this the guy? What do you
I think if you look to the left over here... just checking over here. But yeah, if you look over to the left here, you get some Snake Eater artwork. Really not sure why that's there. Well, I mean, it's important to Big Mama, but it still doesn't really make sense. I like how after they gave Raiden like a couple opportunities to kick some ass, they now are giving Snake some moments to kick some ass, which is pretty cool. Glad not just Raiden got the cool fight moments.
Very impressive, CQC, Snake.
Who could this be?
No doubt about it. He is the legendary soldier. Call me Mama. Big Mama.
If you've played Metal Gear Solid 3, you know who this is already just by the outfit. It seems Eva's choice in clothing hasn't changed at all.
Raiden sent me.
My, how you've grown, David. It was you, not I, who was created from the rib of man. But I gave you life. I am your mother.
What?
Les enfants terribles.
This cutscene is going to be one gigantic
Not even a
exposition dump.
You need a woman's body to give it life.
You mean a surrogate mother?
That's
Surrogate mother.
I am your mother. I gave birth for the Patriots.
Gave birth.
Come on, Snake.
The forbidden fruit. Appropriate. No? Follow me. I'll explain everything.
Not only does she explain everything, she explains everything and then even more.
The man who wants me dead is Liquid.
No surprise there.
You think you know him, but I know him better.
Speaking of Liquid being Snake's twin, I actually never realized that he was his twin until Twin Snakes. Because in the first, original Metal Gear Solid game, the pixels and shit were too awful looking that I didn't know that they were supposed to look identical. Twin Snakes really did a better job conveying that.
The Soviet Union were still at odds. It was in that chaotic era that the Patriots were born. And I played my part. I was one of the founding members.
You?
Zero created the Patriots to manage and control the American state. That control endured long after the Cold War ended. the organization became an empty shell, continuing to function through AIs. Those AIs are responsible for the creation of the war economy, and they gave rise to the Sons of the Patriots system. But I am partly to blame. I bear some of the guilt for creating the organization. It was right after I first met your father, Big Boss.
I don't know, please don't cut to the crappy stuff. Oh, really?
I was ordered to take part in a CIA op called
I love the artwork and everything, but
which concerned a new
I really
weapon
hate these
Soviets were
sections.
developing at the time. My mission was to support a certain agent. That agent later became Big Boss, but I knew him as Snake.
Snake?
Yes, Naked Snake. That was his code name at the time. A name he
Who is that behind him? See, that's the one thing I don't like about the art. Is that sometimes I just cannot tell what is being shown. Like Peace Walker, I can barely tell since all the cutscenes in that game are the concept artist's drawings. I really can't tell what's going on half the time.
and report it to Beijing. I was to acquire a microfilm showing the location of secret funds. Funds amassed by the Allied powers during World War II.
I'm really surprised no one has brought up the word nanomachines yet.
In China.
That's usually the go-to in the series.
And was cast out of Eden. After years on the run, I ended up in Hanoi. That's where I met him again. It was around then that Zero used the massive funds contained in the Philosopher's Legacy to start a new organization, the Patriots, which would carry out the final wishes of a certain legendary hero. The initial membership consisted of Big Boss, Sigint, Paramedic, and their commander, Zero.
Whatever happened to
There
Paramedic?
was one more.
I don't remember anything about her past
He stayed
Snake Eater.
behind in the Soviet Union to support the group as an informant. Ocelot
Ocelot.
is now liquid.
It's my favorite part of Snake Eater, and I don't know why. It's just very entertaining.
America enjoying their organization. Zero's goal was to achieve a unity of thought and awareness. He believed that was what the boss wanted, and the rest of the Patriots followed his lead.
The boss?
The boss was a legendary hero from the Second World War, known as the Mother of Special Forces. She had an almost overwhelming charisma about her. The CIA feared this, so they had her eliminated. If she had survived, the world of the 21st century might have been a very different place. We were all influenced by the boss's
That would be interesting, actually. I'd love to see how the series would have played out if Big Boss hadn't killed the
Zero
boss.
decided that in order to lead the people, we needed a special kind of icon. So we turned to Big Boss, the last son of the boss. He shared more of her life than anyone else. It was Big Boss, the true heir to her legacy, who was best suited to play this role. Zero elevated Big Boss, the hero who saved the world, to the status of an idol. The truth behind Big Boss became riddled with exaggeration, misrepresentation, and outright lies. Zero disseminated these stories among the masses and gathered the rich and powerful to his banner. Every era needs its symbols to control the people, whether it be the stars and stripes or the hammer and sickle. As the times and currents of politics changed, so too did Zero. Eventually, he became a prisoner of his own lust for power, sparking friction between him and Big Boss, who resented playing the puppet. With Big Boss drifting away, Zero realized he would need insurance. Something that would perpetuate the existence of Big Boss, their organization's icon. And so Zero secretly embarked on a new project. Les Enfants Terribles. Its goal was to create a clone of Big Boss, the ultimate soldier.
I love how the
By Dr. Clark.
these little flashback things are being held in DNA helix. That's pretty cool.
They finally, miraculously, succeeded producing a fertilizer.
Is that what that is? It maybe isn't a double helix, I don't know.
Came from Dr. Clark's
Certainly looks like one, though.
Japanese woman.
And it would make sense because of what's being talked about. So yeah, this is where we find out that Snake is actually somewhat Japanese.
I asked to serve as the surrogate mother, and was more than happy to carry you in my womb. I loved him. 9 months later, I gave birth to 2 big bosses. You and Liquid.
I bet you the one crying really is Liquid.
Or that they had manipulated your DNA. You were born the same way as any other normal child, from your mother's womb. But Les Enfants Terribles proved to be the final straw for Zero and Big Boss. Determined to oppose Zero and his plans, Big Boss broke away from the Patriots. He left the States, created his own mercenary company, and drifted around the world. I'm sorry. Your father never wanted you. Human life isn't meant to be manipulated like that. I knew that, but I wanted you. After Big Boss left, Zero really lost control. What Zero wanted was an orderly world, one governed by rules. His fortune grew through countless wars, and his words influenced decision-making all the way up to the Oval Office. As the world saw the rise of digital technology, IT, the internet, and genetics, the Patriots' power grew immense. Their roots spread and took hold throughout the globe. In time, they began to dictate the fate of entire nations from the shadows. And before we knew it, the Patriots, the proud police of the world, started bringing an entire planet under their control.